pound for pound king is here. And look at this, it's all electric for you.
And you know, if it's a party, the Dazn Unboxing boys had to be here. Dazn Unboxing show live. The big fights just keep coming here on Dazn. Last week, history was made at the Garden in New York as Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano put on the fight for the ages. This week, we've crossed the coast. Las Vegas, Nevada, the big man is back. We want to witness the next chapter in the Saul Canelo Alvarez story.
That's right, fight fans. We are live here from the balcony at the Toshiba Plaza at the T-Mobile Arena as the Canelo Alvarez-Bivol weigh-in just wrapped moments ago. It wasn't a party, it was a Canelo weigh-in.
No, but that is a party. Okay. You know, Canelo weigh-in is a party. Like I always say, it reminds me of the Floyd days, but the only difference is that everybody that comes wants to see him win and not lose.
You know what I like about this? You promised me, you said, Ade, wait till you see a Canelo weigh-in, because I've been like, you know, it's a bit quiet this week. That's changed. That's changed. The fans are here now. And I'm telling you now, a lot of people might be sleeping on Bivol a little bit. We have got a fantastic fight on Saturday because he's not, no disrespect to Kovalev, he's not coming off a big fight, a tough fight. You know, he lives the life. Maybe Kovalev didn't do that. We hear that. And he's not past 30 as well. He's young. He's hungry. And when I spoke to him, he said he wants to keep his title.
Oh, yeah. Listen, let's go back to the fans real quick. I mean, the loyalty of 96 degree weather and everybody was out there. Look, I almost wore shorts today, but Barack didn't like my ashy knees.
I'm so happy you didn't.
It's scorching.
For the viewers at home, I'm so happy you didn't.
I mean, they pay for this. They don't deserve stuff like this. That's how it is, though. You see everybody with all the paraphernalia of Canelo. You see capes out there. You see headbands. You see everything. They love him.
Nah, it was scorching. But listen, Ade, let's talk about the greatness of Canelo, because people are sleeping on Bivol. The casual fans don't understand how dangerous of a fight this is. This guy is a problem, and it's at 175 for another title. I mean, Barack, is he inching up at 2 Hall of Fame careers?
100%, but I always say he's a little guy. He's 5'8". I mean, he's smaller than most guys at 154 pounds.
Yeah.
Castano is the only guy that's maybe his height or less. You know, this is chasing greatness. So if he wins, it's incredible. But if he loses, hey, because he went up to 175.
Look, and
look at the difference between the two guys.
The guy looks in shape. Listen, Ade, you talked about how he looked at light heavyweight against Kovalev. There's a difference here.
Yeah, there's a difference. I thought he looked a bit podgy, and that's no disrespect to Canelo.
Podgy?
I mean, a lot better.
No, muscle maybe.
No, he's talking about the Kovalev.
I know, podgy, yeah. Now, he looks ripped, he looks shredded, he's obviously made the weight correctly as well. He looks strong. He looks strong, but look at Bivol. Bivol is 6'1" at least, right? Bivol 6'1"?
Yeah,
Bivol's a big guy.
He's pushing 6'1".
But I'm so used to seeing Canelo against guys like Rocky Fielding and Callum Smith that he doesn't even look that much bigger than Canelo right now.
No, I mean, we already seen him against Callum Smith. We've seen him against the big guys already. He trains against Frank Sanchez, who's 6'3".
Yeah.
And he's much bigger than Bivol. I mean, he's a hard puncher. This is nothing to Canelo. This is literally nothing.
You know, we chatted with him earlier this week, and he talks about being comfortable with any style. Because I said, why are you so comfortable with tall guys? He said, no, I'm comfortable with anybody in that boxing ring.
He's fought every style. I mean, you look at the Lara fight, silky, southpaw, you know, Mayweather, silky. He's fought big, strong guys, Cotto, big, strong, aggressive. He's fought every single style, and so far, he's won.
If we had to look for something that Canelo might have trouble with at times, it's the jab. And Bivol has one of the best jabs in boxing, not only that division.
Yeah, but you know who has the best jab? Triple G.
Right.
And he was able to back Triple G up. So I think styles make fights no matter what, and this is something that he's seen already.
You say that, the jab. I think he might have trouble with people with good feet as well.
Yeah, but he doesn't have...
I think against
Bivol doesn't have good feet.
I think he's got better feet than Kovalev.
No,
I think against
I don't think
Kovalev,
so.
I think he struggled.
I don't think so.
I don't know. He has a good bounce.
Bivol doesn't go side to side. He just moves straight back. Like, yes, he moves more than other 175-pounders, but it's not like he's moving around and shaking like Floyd.
Yeah, indeed. Look, you guys anyway caught up with the pound-for-pound king, Canelo Alvarez, who took time out of his busy schedule to talk to you guys. This is what he had to say about cementing his legacy in the desert.
All right, we're joined here by the pound-for-pound king who is getting ready to go for another world title at light heavyweight, Saul Canelo Alvarez.
What's up, champ?
Thank you for giving us the time.
Okay.
You know what I noticed at the press conference, the face-off, right? Everybody keeps saying, he's so big, but you're comfortable fighting big guys, and he's not even the biggest you fought.
I'm comfortable fighting anybody.
But why is
Any size.
Any size. But why is it that size doesn't bother you? What do you think that you bring to the table that doesn't matter?
My experience and my skills. And when you're in this level, you need to adapt yourself
To any style.
to any style, right? I fought with every style, every size. So at this point, I can adapt myself in anybody.
So when was the moment in your career that you said, I could fight anybody? Because at first, you was like 155, I'm not ready for middleweight. When did you say, I'm ready for anybody? What time period?
I really don't know when, but in some point you feel in your prime, like, I feel
Is it from like sparring
comfortable.
with Frank Sanchez?
No. In the fight, you getting more experience. When I was 29,
Right.
around that, I feel like more strong, more confident, like in my prime.
You know, 2018, when you first joined the zone and you had an 11-fight deal, right? We asked you, after 11 fights, are you done with boxing? You said, no, I want to fight till maybe I'm 37 years old, I remember. Since then, you had a baby boy, you found golf as a passion. Do you still feel the same way? You want to fight another 6 years?
Yeah, 6 years more.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you think,
but you never know, right? Maybe
never know.
take it easy.
Would you
6 more years and then fight one time a year.
would you pursue golf
You never know.
professionally after?
No, it's hard to say. You need to start since young.
You got to start at a
Golf
young age.
is so hard.
So difficult.
It's so difficult.
Well,
to
people are
say,
saying
you're
you're so
gonna
good.
be a pro. It's difficult. I spend a lot of hours practicing, right? You never know, but it's. I need to be.
Well, you like challenges, so.
I love it. Yeah, I love it. But I'm there. You never know, right?
You know, you say you fight anybody, right? A lot of people talking about you fighting Usyk. You know, I think that's kind of crazy. But let's just say you fought Usyk, right? Do you think you could fight him like you fought Callum Smith and back him up? Or you be fighting like Triple G the first fight?
Oh, I don't
Sticking him
know.
over.
I can do anything. That's for sure.
Back up Usyk.
I can do anything, but it's crazy to say. But like a fighter, I love the idea, right?
You know, a lot of people were saying yesterday.
But he says it's crazy.
But
He says,
he knows.
guys, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But he'll do it for you.
Yeah. But not disrespect Usyk. I
Right.
say Usyk because he's a really good fighter.
Right.
I watch him a lot of times. He's a really good fighter, but it's crazy. But I like the idea. Why not?
Yeah.
Maybe one day.
You know, people are saying now, before it was, is he the greatest Mexican fighter of all time? I think that ship sailed already. You're definitely that. Now people are talking, he might be eventually one of the greatest of all times, right? You're a big Muhammad Ali fan. I've heard you in the past talk about that. And being mentioned as one of the GOATs is big. If you can say one thing to Muhammad Ali today, like if you could just say something to him, what would you say?
No, he inspired me in many ways, personal and sport of boxing too. He did a really good job with boxing.
Right.
He helped a lot to us as a fighter because he put that rule in boxing.
Yeah.
So he inspired me a lot.
Let's say if you beat Bivol and you decide to retire right after, what would be your greatest win?
I don't know. I have a lot
I
of
knew I
good
was going to
wins,
ask that.
yeah.
He said, I don't know.
Yeah. Cotto, Golovkin,
You don't know, you don't
Kovalev.
have a
I don't
favorite
know.
right now? You don't have
No.
a favorite right now?
No.
Out of the fighters, though, that you faced already, who do you respect the most? Who do you have cariño for, like, that you really respect?
Cariño? He doesn't speak Spanish.
No, he's not. That's not
Cariño.
Puerto Rican. Like somebody that you kind of really like, genuinely like, but you had to share a ring with him.
He likes
None of them.
He likes
You don't like
Cotto.
none of them. Cotto?
Cotto, yeah.
Oh, Cotto.
You
Because
respect
he was my idol before.
Oh, okay.
So I watched a lot of fights before I fight with him to learn. So
Oh, okay.
maybe him.
Bivol is a better fighter than Beterbiev?
Yeah, better fighter, yes.
Much better?
Much better. Beterbiev is a really strong fighter.
Right.
Go forward.
But he's right there.
Yeah, right there. He's strong. But Bivol is really good fighter. He have a really good jab, good moves, strong.
You got the reputation where it takes you a few rounds to just figure the opponent out and make the adjustments. What round does it usually click? Is it the third, fourth
It
round?
Depends the opponent. You know, maybe it's early, later.
Right.
But I think with Bivol, I need to start early. Because he have the stamina to go to 12 rounds, same condition, right? And I think I need to start early.
You got 11 fights that you ended from the 9th and on. Do you think that it might take that long with somebody like Bivol because he moves so much? Yeah.
Yes, and he's
You don't ever get worried during that? Like, damn, we 11th round.
No, that's why it's 12 rounds, right? To show them who's the best fighter.
People, we already know that the Triple G fight is in place, right? People know that if you get past him, Triple G, but a lot of people want you to unify at 175.
Yeah.
Is Beterbiev on your list?
Oh, Beterbiev or Joe Smith. I like the idea.
Oh,
I have
right,
this,
the winner of them.
Yeah,
right.
I like the idea, but freeze is freeze, right? I need to beat Bivol freeze and then see how I feel in this weight class. But I like the idea a lot.
I know you were saying earlier, you was like, oh, he went over there to PBC, and now he came back to Eddie. You know, and your ring entrance. Let me ask you this: What was your favorite ring entrance?
I think in Dallas with Billy Joe Saunders.
That was
better than the
Balvin.
I didn't want to say the name. Better than that one? Better than the Balvin in Miami?
No, Balvin is great entrance, but
the
Mexican, the Mexican people singing. So excited, it's different.
So now that you're back with Eddie and he puts a lot of energy into the ring entrance, can you give us a sneak preview of who's coming? No sneak?
Come on, a little bit.
But it's going to be really good.
It's going to be good.
Mexican.
Listen, golf, if you
Just
can pick
for Cinco de Mayo weekend.
Oh, so it's going to be really Mexican based.
Yeah.
Happy Cinco de Mayo, by the way.
Thank you.
Listen, foursome, golf, you and three other guys.
Sound right, though. Oh, whoa!
Stop. Who would you pick? Who was the other three golfers that you would golf with?
Tiger, John Ram, Brooks. Kepka.
I heard of Tiger. I don't know anybody else.
All right, so what should we expect on Saturday night? Just typical Canelo, break you down, body, eventually.
You never know with me. You never know with me.
What's going to be the shot to hurt him? You know, you did the 1-2 with
every shot. Yeah. Every shot.
Does it go to distance?
Huh?
Does this fight go to distance?
I hope so. No.
I hope so. No.
Not bad. You never know. I have a really good fighter in front of me, but I'm gonna try for sure.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to the after dinner party. Always good luck.
Thank you,
Canelo.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You know what I thought we'd do? We thought we'd just go to where the weigh-ins happened. Why not? I've got Marc Castro. It was on the main card. Marc Castro was on the main card against Pedro Vicente. The weigh-ins have just wrapped about half an hour ago. That was crazy, the atmosphere. Crazy.
Yes, it feels crazy. I feel like Cinco de Mayo weekend here in Vegas at T-Mobile Arena is the place to be right now.
You're on every single Canelo undercard. Why does Canelo like having you on the undercard all the time?
I don't know.
You bring excitement, that's why.
Maybe. Yeah. I'm just grateful to be here, and I'm ready to. I'm happy to be here as a fan, and happy to be here as a fighter.
Talk to me about your last fight. Obviously, look, you got knocked down. You got up though, and I felt like after the knockdown, I liked the way you boxed. You went back on your jab, which was important. Obviously, a lot of young fighters want to go and have firefights. You went on your jab. Good lesson. Obviously, no one wants to get knocked down, but good lesson.
Yeah, I feel like it's something negative, but I turned it into a positive. Display my talents, and show that I get up and still fight and still win the fight.
I mentioned that you're on the main card, the main portion of the Canelo undercard. That's important, isn't it, as well? You've been on undercards before, but when you walk out, not many people in attendance. Now you're going to walk out. There's going to be at least 15,000 in attendance. That's something different.
Yeah, I feel like it's just been crazy, and I'm trying to soak it all in, but got to stay focused on the fight and can't really focus on the crowd until after. But I'm ready to put on a show. I'm excited.
You always do put on a show. Let's talk about your opponent, Pedro Vicente. Do you know too much about him? He's coming to win, like your last opponent did as well. So that at least brings its own different questions.
Yes, I feel like he's a really kind of veteran. He knows how to take shots well, knows how to block them well, knows how to survive. So it's going to be a good test, and it shows my ability to finish an opponent and an experienced opponent.
Well, what's your aim, Mark? Like, so much hype about you. A lot of people are looking at you as that next guy, right? There's a lot of pressure that comes with that. What's your aim for the end of the year? Is it maybe get 3 or 4 more fights in? Is it just to stay busy, to climb up, maybe to go to a 10-rounder by the end of the year?
I feel like for sure 10-rounder by the end of the year. But more importantly, like, even if I'm not fighting, stay in the gym. That's where you win the fights. That's where you get the skill. And however they want, however many fights they want to give me, I'll be there to perform.
Can I quickly talk about this crazy thing that Marc Castro does with a kettlebell? Now, most of you might not know what that is. It's a kettlebell. It weighs a lot. He swings it blindfolded and dodges. Is that real? Is it real? Is it just for IG?
No, it's real.
It's real?
It's real.
Yeah.
Imagine I practiced maybe like 2-3 hours a day. He was doing it during quarantine. I recorded those videos, and they're still going around, which
Has
is
it never
crazy.
hit you?
It hit me like one time, but I didn't have the blindfold on.
Oh, okay.
That's the crazy part. But I feel like doing those videos, it just added another level of excitement to the training. And I just be myself, because I've been doing those videos. I've been doing the head movement since I was 10, 11 years old. But one day I was like, during quarantine, I was like, let's record it. And look what happened.
Talking about the feeling inside, knowing that you were supposed to be on the prelims, you're now on the main card as well. Obviously, look, a fight's still a fight, still the same opponent, still the same amount of rounds. But that feeling of knowing, getting the call saying, no, you're on the main card. You're on the main card right here, T-Mobile Arena, a big one as well.
I don't know, it sounds weird to say more motivation, but it's more motivation. Fighting on the main card and being up there close to the main event, it means a lot. And Canelo is my favorite fighter. And just more excitement, but I got to learn how to channel that, to control it.
Let's talk about the main event, the main card, Canelo versus Bivol. Canelo going up against another light heavyweight, this time though an unbeaten light heavyweight. Is it his toughest fight in recent years? Some people say it is. Some people still say it may be the GGG fights. Is this as tough as it gets for Canelo?
I feel like GG is still up there, but I think Bivol probably second up there.
Yeah.
And after that, maybe Jacobs. But we got to see. I think Jacobs number 2 right now.
Jacobs number 2?
Yeah.
That was a great fight as well. Good luck in your fight. Quick prediction?
My fight or
Yeah,
Canelo?
your fight.
My dad said 4th, 5th round knockout, so I'm going to trust him. 4th, 5th round knockout.
I like it. Marc Castro versus Pedro Vicente. He mentioned Dmitry Bivol there. I caught up with Dmitry Bivol, and this is what he had to say about the big fight coming up tomorrow.
Huge fight this weekend. The current WBA light heavyweight champion Dmitry Bivol takes on the pound-for-pound king Canelo Alvarez. T-Mobile Arena, live on Dazn pay-per-view, and we're joined by Dmitry Bivol. You know, I remember Caleb Plant and Billy Joe Saunders in the lead-up to their fight with Canelo. They seemed to get rattled a little bit. They seemed to be maybe a bit nervous. You seem to be so relaxed. Why?
I don't know why. Maybe just it's me, and I have to be quiet and now before fight. Only on the ring I have to be angry and be ready. Now, easy.
I was on your Twitter page. You don't tweet at all, but I was on your Twitter page and I found a tweet that you did back in January 2019. And you said, if Canelo wants to come to my weight class, I'm ready, I want the fight. It's more than just a big payday. You genuinely believe that you can beat Canelo. Why?
Yeah, of course, for me it's only... For me it's... I have to keep my belt. And first of all, it's a big challenge to check my boxing skills. Because I'm in boxing since I remember myself, and all my coaches said me before, you can be the best fighter in the world. And I won many amateur fights. I have a belt in pro boxing in light heavyweight division. Why I couldn't be the better? Yeah, it pushed me up to check myself and be the best.
Do you think he's physically big enough for 175 pounds Canelo? We've seen him in against Kovalev, and some will say obviously because of Kovalev, but when you look at the head-to-head, you're still quite a lot bigger, you're taller. Do you think he's big enough for the division?
Who bigger?
Canelo.
Canelo. I don't know. Maybe bigger, but if bigger, it's for a couple kilos. Maybe it's not about fight. It's not about who bigger. It's fight about who's good boxer, who can use his skills, whose skills better.
I was at your fight with Craig Richards in the UK. I also saw your fight against Joe Smith and Barrera. The reason I bring those two fights up is because against Joe Smith and Barrera, people consider those 50-50 fights, and you won them both very easily. So it's almost as though you rise up to the occasion. Is that true? Because against Craig Richards, maybe the second half of the fight wasn't your best.
Against Pascal and Joe Smith, it was good fights for me. It was good challenge for me because they're great fights. Fight against Craig Richards, it wasn't a good fight for me.
Crowd?
Not crowd. It's not big deal for me that time. But I had a big rest, and I don't have too much sparrings before Craig Richards, and Craig Richards is a good awkward boxer, and I wasn't maybe to be motivated too much.
Is it strange to be an underdog? You've never been an underdog before. Normally when I look at your fights and you look at the betting, you're always a favorite. Even the close ones, Pascal, Joe Smith, Barrera, but you're always a favorite. This time you're an underdog.
It's motivated me too.
Yeah.
It's something is interesting. It's something new in my career. Always I was a favorite, but now it's good challenge for me. I like it.
Do you think they're overlooking you and maybe being a bit disrespectful? There is talk of if Canelo wins this, he fights GGG. Everyone's talking about GGG versus Canelo in September. What about Dmitry Bivol?
What next after GGG?
Yeah, maybe they say he goes to Usyk.
Cruiserweight.
He goes to Usyk. He maybe fights Joshua.
But you know, to be honest, it doesn't matter for me because I have my date, I have my fight, I have my schedule. It's more important for me. I have a fight. It doesn't matter what plan he has after fight, what plans I have after fight. No, main thing we gonna fight.
You've obviously watched tapes. You and your coaches would have watched a lot of tapes on Canelo. What do you think he does very good?
Canelo has a lot of good skills. He uses his upper body good for defense. He has a good power. He has a good speed. And he is good on counter punch by his right hand, uppercut, and good body shots. He's a good boxer with good skills.
You've already beaten a lot of the champions at light heavyweight. You mentioned Joe Smith as a champion now. Is Canelo the toughest fight for you at 175, or is it Beterbiev?
I don't know. I never fight with Canelo to say like that,
I should come back and ask you on Sunday.
Yeah, ask me on Sunday.
Are you excited for all of this, Dmitry? I mean, this is what fighters dream of, right? The big fights against Canelo in Las Vegas, big arena. It's going to be packed. That must excite you.
Yeah, it excites me after fight, but now I try to forget about all lights, all attention, all fans. I just think about only fight, and I should be ready and be focused on the fight, not on the lights, on the media stuff.
You know, you have your fans. I'm one of your fans. I'm a big fan of you.
Thank you.
99.
Did you say that the same on Canelo?
Well, no, my guys, Akam Barak interviewed Canelo, but I'm a big fan, I promise you. 99.9% of the fans in the arena will be for Canelo.
Yeah.
And they will.
But you will
I will be with you. Can I get a Dmitry Bivol shirt? Can I get one of these? Can I take that one? Can I get a Bivol? Give me that Bivol shirt. We're working with Bivol. We're with Bivol. Thank you very much. The Mexicans might not let me out of Vegas now, but how is it going to be when a lot of the fans will boo you? They'll boo you. As you walk out, they're going to boo you. Have you prepared for that mentally?
I will be ready for this, I think, because I have a lot of amateur fights.
Yeah.
When we came to another country, another cities, and fight with local fighters. and the whole crowd was against me, and no problem. I have experience for this stuff. And I fought against Joe Smith in Verona. This is his home place. And I no problem with this. Only focus on the fight.
Have you allowed yourself to think about what if I beat Canelo? Like how life changes?
No thinking about what if win, what if lose, what if something else. Only thoughts. I have to be ready, and I will fight.
Do you think you have to knock him out to win? You know what people say about Canelo in decisions, it's going to be difficult. Do you think you have to stop him to win the fight?
No, I believe I just have to be my best version, and if I see I can stop him early, of course I'll do it, like every fighter if he see it. But every fighter should be ready for all distance. And doesn't matter about decisions, it's more important how I feel after fight.
How are you feeling now before the fight?
If I feel after fight I win, and my coach said me you win, and the crowd will be glad for my experience, for my performance, it's more important for me.
Now that I am Team Bivol, if you do win, where's the after party? Can I come to the after party?
I don't have a party yet.
You don't have a party? This is Vegas? There's no party planned? We'll sort one out. Dimitri, good luck.
Thank you.
Dimitri. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Demetrius looks ready, but I tell you who's going to have to be ready. Gabriel Galas, who's going to be squaring off with our next guest. We're joined by, I guess, the flashiest boxer in boxing, along with Poppy, Montana Love.
Hey, what's going on? How y'all doing?
Is that Poppy Love? He got your last name?
Absolutely.
Poppy Love.
Poppy Love. Absolutely.
Pop Love.
I mean, more than a dog. It's like my son right here.
Were you always a dog person before you had Poppy?
Yeah. I grew up with dogs. We had. Honestly, I hated it for a second though. Growing up, I had 35 dogs, you know.
What?
Yeah, so
wait, how did that happen?
No, they ain't all that. No, we had a backyard. So
you didn't know your house stank.
No.
You've been to some houses before with dogs, and you like,
Yeah, you walk in, it smell bad. Or even them cats, they smell bad.
Oh God. That's
so wait, you hated it at first. When did it become a thing where you started having some affection for dogs?
See, I always loved dogs. What I used to hate the most was, like, when the wintertime, I used to have to give them hay, go outside, feed them, and giving them water. Like, you know, you got 35 dogs, you going around the whole backyard, and then you got to clean up the boo-boo.
A lot of work,
man. So I got away from the dogs for a while, but, you know, I couldn't stay away too far.
Your family was breeding dogs, obviously.
Yeah. We had
That's why you a dog in the ring.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Poppy's living good right now because you've been on a streak, and I mean, impressive wins. It's not like, you know, you're getting by, you're just out boxing, you're hurting guys in the ring. When did that change in the gym? Because I feel like something happened. There was a shift at some point where you said, I'm trying to knock guys out.
Yeah. Honestly, it's always been there. Like, you watch, you know, my previous showbox fights and everything, I always hurt guys. But, like, what I had to get away from is I get overly excited, you know what I mean? And I take the knockout away from myself. But, you know, it really clicked on that Ivan fight for me. You know, that was a big moment, and I live up to it. You know what I mean? I like those type of challenges. So, you know, after that, it was just like, you know, I'm starting to sit down more, and I'm looking for the knockout now.
Right. I mean, we was just talking off camera, me and you, and I was like, yo, you on the best stages, man. You fought Atlanta, Dubai, Vegas, you everywhere. Like, which is your favorite place to fight? And, of course, Cleveland as well.
Yeah. Honestly, the best one for me was at home. You know, that atmosphere there, it was crazy. You know what I mean? I come out, you got 20,000 fans screaming. You know what I mean? And I'm at home in my city with it. You know what I'm saying? So that was the biggest thing for me. That was a dream come true right there.
But is this fight right here, you know, is there a little pressure added? I mean, this is the biggest stage in boxing. We got the face of boxing, Canelo Alvarez, pay-per-view event. You're the co-main, not opening the telecast. You're the co-main event. Do you feel a little pressure? Be honest.
Honestly, I don't look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? I look at it like it's another day in the office. You know, Canelo is Canelo, and I'm too pretty, so I gotta, you know, I just gotta shine regardless. In anywhere, in any stage I'm on, I just feel like I got to shine. And, you know, this moment, I don't look at the card as this is Canelo card. I look at it as this is too pretty card.
Right, but you know that you shining tomorrow night is going to only suit you well.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You know, don't get me wrong. I appreciate Canelo and his team for this opportunity, but you know, I just any card I step on, I feel like I got to steal the show.
Right.
I got to steal the show.
So yeah, it might not be pressure or whatever, but you know, you're telling yourself on your to-do list is, I got to knock Venezuela out.
Yeah, absolutely. I got to be impressive. You know, my thing is now I'm still building, I'm still growing, and you know, I'm definitely trying to tap into the Mexican crowd. You know, I got a lot of Mexican fans now.
That was a crazy outfit you had last time, too.
Yeah.
That Mexican outfit, that was crazy.
I appreciate it. Yeah, so that right there, me doing that is honestly like, you know, me just trying to earn their
love.
Yeah, their love.
Yeah, their admiration.
Yeah, absolutely. Me earning their love.
What he got to say?
Poppy
Poppy, what you trying to say, Poppy?
He probably said he wants some water.
He hungry.
Yeah,
He
it's
hungry.
hot. Yeah.
It's 96 degrees out here, Poppy. I feel
crazy.
you.
Listen, as far as title shots, look, there are a lot of fighters that have been at on a fast pace to title shots. Even, I think Lomachenko and Ring It Down started that wave.
Yeah.
People are saying, when is Montana Love going to fight for a world title? After Saturday night, is that the conversation you're going to have with Eddie Hearn? Listen, I'm ready for any guy at 140.
Yeah, absolutely. Honestly, this is a conversation me and Eddie had when I first signed with him. You know what I mean? And you know, everything Eddie ever told me, he delivered. He been delivering. He's, you know, he a solid guy, solid, stand-up, straightforward guy. And yeah, we definitely be having a title shot soon.
All right, so if you do get Venezuela out of there, you knock him out, let's say 4th round, you headlining?
Absolutely. We going.
Where you want to headline first?
At home. We going home with it.
Yeah.
You know
Homecoming?
what I mean? Homecoming. You know, we got to put on the nice suit and the shoes. You know what I mean?
We might have to go to that one, because he's flashy. I like flashy.
100%, but can you pack them out, though?
Man,
if you went back home, can you pack them out? Tell me how many.
Listen,
I'm going to hold you to it. I'm going to be right there. Like,
if we go back home,
what's up?
I'm selling out whatever arena it is.
Damn.
Ooh.
They love you like that.
They
You
love
guys
me.
heard it here first on the DBS show.
Yeah, absolutely.
Listen, let's get to the main event, all right? Let me get your opinion on Canelo. He's moving up to 175. This is not an easy task. Because Bivol is not a household name, casual fans think that, this is not a big deal.
Right.
But he's a big guy, a champion, very skilled. How does that fight play out?
Honestly, I still think Canelo, you know, he takes it all the way. You know, he right now, like you say, he's in his prime. And he's been hit by some big punchers, you know what I mean? Not only just he been in there with Triple G, which is, they say, the boogeyman, the biggest puncher in the division. So.
Used to be. What are you seeing? What are you seeing in your opponent's eyes here as we watch the face-off at the weigh-in?
I want to know what you're saying to him. What were you saying to him?
Honestly, I was telling him, you know, them fans can't fight for you. You know what I mean? You know, he enjoying this moment right now with the Mexican crowd. They can't fight. I told him I'm gonna kick your. You know what I'm saying?
Why? Why are you saying that? Because you were getting booed, and they were cheering for him?
No, I see he was the moment. He liked the moment. And I feel like
he was
honestly
feeding off the energy.
Yeah, I honestly feel like the moment gonna be too big for him. You know what I'm saying? This is something he never experienced. You know what I'm saying? He never fought in front of 20,000, 30,000 fans, or even been on a stage like this. So, you know, to have 20,000 Mexicans cheering you on, you're going to make a big mistake. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be too jittery in there.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, like, honestly, the pressure is really right on him.
Has that ever happened to you?
No. I live up to the moment. You know,
So when the hell? You wasn't never nervous? Like, first fight?
Nah, I just always, I like the cameras. I like the light. I like the shine.
I can see that.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'll tell you what, the cameras are going to be on you tomorrow for that cold main, man. Good luck, as always. I know you're going to put on the show.
Absolutely. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Listen, Ade called up with Giyasov.
There's always an undercard fight on these big shows that sometimes steals the shows as well. This guy could steal the show. Shakhram Giyasov versus Christian Gomez. What I find funny is that Shakhram introduced me, said, "Hi, I'm Shakhram." I said, "I know who you are. You're one of the biggest prospects in world boxing right now." Honestly, when I was told to give my 2022 prospects of the year, it was you. Because I think you're that special. Olympic silver medalist, world championship gold medalist as well. I think your best fights have been Emmanuel Taylor, Darlis Perez, Winston Campos. They have been at 140 pounds. You're fighting at 147 now.
Yeah.
What do you prefer, 147 or 140?
Во-первых, чуть-чуть помучился сделать 140. Я 147 себя сейчас очень хорошо чувствую, подготовку хорошо прошел, и сейчас я намного себя сильнее чувствую, поэтому я думаю, это для меня как бы новый вызов, я принял это, я хочу попробовать.
Honestly, last few camps was a little struggle to make 140, so we talked to the team and we decided to make this move up to 47. I felt great. I'm not tired. I'm not cutting much weight for this fight. So it's overall it's been a better training camp, and I feel myself much better.
This must be a tough decision to go to 147, because at 140, people are talking about fast-tracking you to title fights. At 147, you look at the guys that have the belts at 147, and Spence, Crawford, they're bigger fights, harder fights. So definitely stand at 147 now? This is the weight for you?
Это многие говорят о том, что как бы в 140 ты уже был прямо возле титула. Почему было принято решение подниматься в 147, учитывая, что там как бы очень тяжело получить титульный бой? Скажи о том, что как бы мы ждали, и там неразбериха тоже в 140, не понимаю.
В этом весе тоже неразбериха идет, поэтому мы не хотели долго ждать. Сейчас до титула бы подождал бы, и потом что, я не смогу держать это, если вес поднимает. Лучше я 147 возьму свои титулы и буду держать и защищать свои пояса.
You know, there's a lot of questions at 140 also, you know. One guy holds the titles, and is he going to defend? Is he going to move up? There are 4 people that he has to fight, and there are a lot of miscommunication too with the WBA. He had been close to mandatory position, but there was also 3 other guys, and one of them our teammate, you know, who was supposed to fight Taylor. So we decided to move on to 47, and it might take me a couple fights, but I'll get to the same position.
That's the question I was going to ask next. I'm happy you asked it. How far away do you think you are from the top guys of the division? Everyone says Spence, Crawford, and after that it's the Furmans, Ennis, Virgil Ortiz. How far away do you think you are from those guys?
Как ты считаешь, сколько тебе до них примерно нужно боев?
Если считают мои промоутеры, менеджера, что я готов, что они мне дадут этот шанс, я использую это, потому что я к этому иду, я для этого и стараюсь, я для этого все себя отдаю на тренировках. Я думаю, я буду готов к этому бою, когда мне говорят, я готов.
As soon as my team will tell me that I'm ready, as soon as my promoter will give me the opportunity, I'm ready to step up to the plate. Whatever it is, if it's the next fight, it's the next fight. If it was this fight, I would step up.
Я долго ждал этого момента,
because
и я
I'm waiting
готов.
for this, and I'm training for this all my life, through the amateurs, through professionals. You know, this is my dream, this is my goal, and I'm ready to risk it all.
So far in your professional career, you fought a varied different style of opponents. Some are boxers, some like to hang on, some like to punch. Christian Gomez likes to punch. He punches very hard. You look at his 22 wins, 20 of them have come by knockout. This could be an exciting fight for Mexican people. You like to punch, he likes to punch. We could have a fight in the center of the ring.
Хороший бой будет, почему бы нет? Мы не выбираем соперника. Кто лучше, с кем надо драться, и с кем я поднимаюсь, я с этим и дерусь, и мне нравится себя бросать вызовы и боксировать с самыми лучшими. Почему бы нет?
Why not? Never been questioned about my opponents. The only thing we always ask, give us the best guy that's available. Never ever I turned down any opponent. This guy was the first option. We said yes, exactly as all other opponents. The first option that comes, if we think that it's a good opponent, you know, that he's decent, we accept. And this fight is going to be an exciting fight.
I remember watching you as an amateur. I remember watching you in the Olympics, and everyone has been saying that Shakhram's going to go on and become a world champion. Does that add extra pressure? Do you feel the pressure of everyone saying he's going to be a world champion? He's going to be a world champion.
Из-за того, что сейчас любители все говорили, что ты станешь чемпионом. Чувствуешь давление из-за этого какое-то?
Никаких давлений. Я тренируюсь, я знаю, куда иду, у меня есть мои мечты, и я шаг за шагом иду, я верю в себя, я верю в Бога, и я верю в свои навыки.
You know, I don't feel any pressure. I know where I'm going, I know what I'm doing. I've been doing it all my life. I believe in God, I believe in faith, I believe in my abilities and my skills, you know, and step by step, I'm moving towards my dream. My goal is a world championship.
You fought on big cards. You fought in your home country. This is the biggest card, Canelo. You know, in Las Vegas. It's a big one. T-Mobile Arena. It'll be sold out. You must be excited about fighting on a Canelo undercard.
Ты счастлив драться?
Да, конечно, я очень счастлив драться в андеркарде Canelo-Bivol, один из больших шоу в истории. Мне нравится, я хочу себе показать, столько народа будет, я хочу себе свои навыки, как я сказал, показать, и хорошее шоу, хороший бой показать. Я для этого и здесь.
Yeah, that makes me excited. I'm happy to be fighting on one of the biggest shows this year, maybe in the recent years, you know, so that's what makes me excited, and I'm happy because this is what I'm trained for, to perform in front of the biggest crowd. You know, for me, this is an opportunity.
I have to ask you about the Bivol-Canelo fight. Do you give Bivol a good chance in this fight?
Very good chance.
Yeah?
Yes, I believe him.
Yeah? You think he wins?
Of course.
Ты считаешь, что он выиграет?
Конечно, шоу будет очень хорошее. Я, конечно, он мой товарищ, он мой друг. Я, конечно, полностью своей силой, я верю в него и хочу, чтобы он выиграл.
Of course, first of all, he's my friend, and I will always support him. But knowing boxing, I know it's going to be a great matchup. It's going to be a good fight, and I believe that he'll win.
Yeah. Final question. Obviously, look, it's Christian Gomez on Saturday. Give me a dream name, a fight that, if everything goes well by the end of the year, you versus him. Who would you love to fight?
Он говорит, не забегая вперед, ничего, как бы, не смотря за спину твоему сопернику, но кто твой бой мечты, против кого бы ты хотел подраться? Назови одно имя, я думаю, супертяжи.
Так, maybe Antonio Joshua? He's the best. I like it.
Who knows? More tacos?
Yeah,
get a bit
more
bigger.
tacos. Yes.
Who
Coach,
knows?
you know, tacos, please. And quesadillas.
Coach, can he have some tacos?
Sure, of course, after the fight.
After the fight,
After fighting, quesadillas and tacos.
we'll all go and get some tacos. Shakhram, good luck.
Hey, thank you so much.
Thank you, Shakhram.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I've taken shade because it's hot. It's very, very hot here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Look who we've got as well. I'm so happy to have this man. Alexis Espino takes on Aaron Silva. Someone's O has got to go. That's what they say. You know, that's what they say?
Yeah.
Or it could be a draw. It could be a draw. We don't want another draw, though. Let's talk about your last fight that was a draw. It's a fight I thought you won. What did you learn from that fight?
I learned a lot. I learned not to get overconfident in the ring. I learned that I should be letting my hands go much more. That's what I'm planning to do tomorrow. It was a great experience, you know. It was a draw. A lot of people said that they could have gave it to me, I guess, but we can't leave it to the judges.
You can't. What is it for a young fighter when you look, you've not lost your O, but there's a small blemish on your record now. And we know fighters now like to make sure everything's, O at the end. Did that kind of, put a small dent, a small seed of doubt in your mind?
Yeah, that shit hurt. I took it like a loss. Honestly. When I went back to the gym, that's how my trainers put it in my head, like, hey, man, that can't be happening, and it made me work harder.
Yeah. Talk to me about this. Obviously, the crowd have started to disperse a little bit, but about an hour ago, this place was packed. It was a carnival. As a fighter, when you walk out to this, does that give you more motivation? Okay, like, this has to be it all the time?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, for real, because it's a lot of people, and especially it's in my city. Like, I was born and raised here in Vegas. Like, I remember being around here when I was a little kid, like, I never thought I would be right here fighting under such big undercard,
Yeah.
Card.
It's crazy. Talk to me about being on a Canelo undercard. There's one thing fighting in Vegas, which is nice. Vegas is nice, got so many different arenas. A Canelo fight card, the biggest fight card of the year, is different. Talking about getting the phone call and then accepting that fight.
It was like, I was like, hell yeah, like, right off the back, like, that's just how I am.
I apologize for the language. Obviously, Alexis is excited. He's got a fight coming. No, we all swear a little bit.
I'm sorry about that.
Okay.
Right off the back, I was like, oh, man, this is a blessing, and that's the way I took it. And I'm thankful.
Yeah.
Very thankful.
Aaron Silva is your opponent, comes unbeaten, and unbeaten fighters don't know they can lose, don't think they can lose. What have you got that's different from Aaron Silva that gets you the win on Saturday?
I think my last draw.
Yeah.
I think my last draw and having that experience is what's going to help me overcome and get that win tomorrow.
Can I ask you the difference of when you fight a 6-rounder to an 8-rounder? Is it a different sort of energy in the gym? Are you doing more rounds in sparring? How do you mentally prepare to go a couple more rounds just in case it does go that distance?
I think, especially in my gym, we're always sparring more rounds. So we're always getting ready for the next step, always. So if you're going to fight a 6-rounder, we're always going to be doing 8 rounds. So I've been doing sparring 8 rounds for a minute now. And this camp I sparred even more.
Yeah.
And I got ready, man. I'm ready.
What's the plan for the rest of the year? Obviously, look, big fight coming up tomorrow, and we don't ever want to look past the fight. But you and your team would have kind of, looked at the schedule and says, okay, we want to fight here and here. Any ideal opponent or any time you want to go out again?
I guess you just gotta go. You gotta go with the flow, and I gotta get tomorrow's win and look really good, and then from there I know a lot of doors are gonna open.
I like it. That was a trick question, by the way. He answered the trick question. We don't think about the next fight when we got a guy coming up. We don't do that at all.
Yeah.
Are you excited about tomorrow?
Yeah, man. I'm hella excited for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one.
What happens now? You weighed in a few hours ago. What do you do now? Do you go back to the hotel, relax, get some more food? I know this guy's gonna be big tomorrow. Do you get more food, more fluid? What do you do?
Well, I already ate in the morning. After this, I'm probably gonna go eat again.
Can I come? Can I come? What we got? What's on the menu?
You like Cheesecake Factory?
I'll come Cheesecake Factory.
Cheesecake. Or Taco del Gordo. There's a taco place here in Vegas.
There's a taco place?
Really good, really good.
You want to catch me and Aaron Silva? We'll be in the taco place. Maybe I shouldn't go to the taco place. You're okay, Aaron Silva. Good luck tomorrow. It's a big fight. Obviously, Alexis Espino versus Aaron Silva. Great middleweight fight. This one could steal the show.
Yeah.
It could steal the show. Alexis Espino, good luck. So many big fights coming on Dazn. Obviously, tomorrow is Dmitry Bivol versus Canelo, but we've got so much more coming on Dazn.
Let's get ready to rumble! Now, entering the arena,
Canelo Alvarez, this is a champion in his prime.
The body shots.
Beautifully timed right uppercut from Craig Richards.
First blood to Joshua Buatsi. Dick nicely to the body. Giyasov, excellent technique.
All right, we're here joined by our very own Claudia Trejos, who's going to be on the Spanish broadcast. Look, typical Canelo atmosphere.
Absolutely, from very early.
You know, you've been in this game for a very long time, and we've had many discussions about Mexican stars, obviously with the great Julio Cesar Sr. Are you starting to sway and feel like Canelo is the biggest Mexican star ever?
I'm not going to say that I'm starting to sway.
Oh, I want to put you on.
No, hang tight. I actually been saying that for a while.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. But there was a point where you didn't agree with me. You said, not yet, not yet. I guess it happened.
Yes, it did. It did. It's been, I'd say, like about 5 years.
Oh, wow.
Now, do you think those Mexican fans, the hardcore ones that love Senior, that wasn't sold on Canelo Alvarez, have they shifted as well?
I would like to think that now they see the value that Canelo brings, that it's not just boxing X and O's. We're talking about just putting the Mexican flag at the highest spot in boxing. He is the face of boxing today.
Well, when you put it that way, you can't argue that, you know. But let me help you out with the broadcast. Hola, ¿cómo está?
No sabes lo feliz que estoy. Estoy súper emocionada porque es un día más de boxeo.
Well, hold on. You went too far. I'm sorry.
You asked.
All right, but listen, I agree with you. I think that he's putting the flag on the forefront, but are people really accepting that? Because I don't feel like he's that superstar to the Mexicans like Julio was.
Barack, I'm going to give you the typical Canelo answer. Does
Who
he
cares?
really need to? Does he really? Because
No,
the
you're
numbers
right.
prove it.
Good.
His record proves it. Look at the opponents he's faced,
Yes.
the belts he's actually snatched.
No, but is it still disrespectful to say, hey, he's fought more champions than Chavez, he's a better fighter?
Why would that be
That feels like
disrespectful?
it's,
That's fact.
No, it
It's
feels
fact.
like it's disrespectful when you say that to Mexican fans.
Wait, stop. The
You
truth
mean
of
they
the matter-
react that way?
Yes.
Yeah, but to each his own. But the truth is, we cannot deny facts.
Yeah. No, facts-
Those are
facts are
facts.
facts.
I'm not just a fan. I'm not just here to talk about the sport that I love.
Yes.
There's a reason why we do what we do. We analyze this. We
Well, I
look
gotta
at
pay
numbers.
bills,
we look
so,
at yeah.
you know,
we
that
do.
too. Yeah,
Yes.
that too.
But you know what, Claudia? Outside of the stardom and just what he brings to the table, we all saw the weigh-in moments ago. I want to talk about skill. This is the sweet science, right? Skill-wise, he's the best Mexican fighter ever. But also,
Wait. he's the best pound per pound.
No, of course. I'm talking about all time. I'm talking about today.
Okay.
I'm just talking about skill-wise. I love Finito Lopez, Ricardo
Yes,
Lopez.
good
I love
names.
guys like Barrera.
Salvador Sanchez.
There's so many.
Tololo.
I mean, his career got cut short, unfortunately.
Yes.
He lost his life in a tragic accident. But as far as the greats that we think about, the Marc Castros of the world, all those guys, they're great. But what he can do inside the ring, defense, offense, pressure, I've never seen another Mexican do.
And adjust at the drop of a dime.
Yeah.
In the middle of the round, he can actually observe. His boxing IQ is at the highest level. He will just like neutralize every single weapon bit by bit. We saw what he did to somebody like Callum Smith. We saw what he did to Billy Joe Saunders. And Sergey Kovalev, he came from behind to just take the defense away, take the jab away, and just hit him with an uppercut, and there was no return.
Hey, you know what?
Outside the
exactly. But speaking of Kovalev and Smith, they were way bigger than him. But you know what? I know that Bivol is the same height as Kovalev, but he didn't really look that big to me during the weigh-in. What do you think?
You're right. It was because Kovalev had a hard time making 175.
Yeah, I think we're just used to seeing Canelo because he's such a small guy. Yeah. We're used to seeing him against big guys. So now we're desensitized. We're starting to become normal, but in reality, this is not normal.
No,
Barack and I talk about it all the time. This is a guy that comes from 154, Barack. Yes. He's a very small
147,
guy. Right,
154,
but he was comfortable at 154.
Right,
didn't really want to go up to 160, remember?
No.
He was fighting at 155.
And then he said, I don't want to make it to 168.
Yeah.
I'm going to sit here for a while. And this is the fantastic thing. Remember when he just shot that little challenge to Usyk?
Yes.
And I confronted him. I said, how much truth is behind that? And he says, in order to make outstanding things, you got to do outstanding moves.
Did he say that?
Yeah.
Talk about
in that perfect English, the one I just said. In every language I speak in Spanish. So yeah, he said that.
Talking about outstanding moves, I want to talk about an outstanding event we had in New York City last week.
Yes.
You were part of it. I mean, women empowerment. Talk about living up to the hype. These women, in my opinion, are already giving us the fight of the year. It was a close fight, super entertaining from beginning to end. There's no other fight I want to see with, either girl fight anybody else. It has to be a rematch, Claudia.
No, I totally agree. A rematch would be fantastic. And if we can actually get those numbers again, I think they're going to supersede those numbers. And it was at Madison Square Garden, first time in history, ladies headlining. To me, it was a very emotional moment. I was so happy.
I mean, how does it compare to moments that you've been in boxing as far as overall, not just the fight, the atmosphere, what it meant to the sport? How does that compare to all of the events you've been to?
Supersede.
Wow.
I'm telling you right now, I usually have a lot of conversations with the ushers because they've been there forever. They know everything. They said, we haven't seen this level of boxing. Forget about women's boxing in over 20 years.
Wow. I agree. I think it was louder than Cotto, and I've been to Cotto fights.
Yes.
It was ridiculous.
Or
but
Pacquiao.
I don't know if you said this publicly. Do you think that the right person won?
I think the right person won because the fans took the victory.
Oh, I mean, were you scoring the cards?
I had it as a draw.
Okay, yeah.
And there were rounds that were very difficult to score.
Yeah.
And it depends on what you like in boxing. I like damage, so I had Amanda by one hair, but I would have been happy with it.
Listen, the fans won that night. The fans. Speaking of fans, Ade is with some Canelo fans down there. Let's see what he got going on.
Here we are. Look, you know what? We couldn't leave Las Vegas without speaking to some fans. And look what I've got. I've got a couple on their honeymoon. It's a bit dangerous, I think, coming to Vegas where the tables are and all the bars on your honeymoon. But they're here. Sean and Leona. A big boxing fan as well, Sean, yeah?
Big time. Love it.
Yeah?
Yep.
Scottish boxing. So Josh Taylor, you're Ricky Burns.
Yep. Legends, both of them.
You've timed this perfectly as well. To come out here for a Canelo fight.
I looked into it, but I didn't tell the missus.
Did you agree on this?
I probably didn't even know this was happening.
Cheeky. So you just done a date, knowing what you were doing, and said, babe, we're going to Vegas for this date.
Yep. So.
Are you a big boxing fan as well, Leona?
Not really. I like it now because Sean's in.
I've never got it off on the telly in the house, so Leona's just, you'll watch it if it's on.
Yeah.
Leona, talk to me about you and your boxing, because you're a big boxing fan as well, aren't you?
Not really.
No? So you just follow what the husband says now?
On this one, yes, only this.
Talk to me about the fight, Canelo-Bivol. Obviously, you're a big boxing fan. Who do you think gets it?
Canelo, hands down.
Really? Hands down? Easy?
Yeah,
easy work?
Bivol's big, nice strong jab, but Canelo will just bide his time, work his way inside and rip the body shots in. So
this guy knows his stuff. Do you want a job on Dazn?
Round 8,
know your stuff.
knockout.
Yeah?
Yep.
I like round 8 knockout in the city of gambling. You might want to put a couple of quid on that one. You know where we are, don't you? We need a punch machine.
That's it.
That's it. So, if you want to step
Warm
up.
up a bit.
Don't know if you want to step up on the punching machine, but I think we've got a challenge here. I'm always up for a challenge on the punching machine. I mean, well, you're the happily married couple. I definitely think you can go first. By the way, a good score, I think, is around, 850? Yeah. 850, good score. What are you thinking? What are you thinking to get?
Here's hoping, maybe try and break the 900.
Try and break the 900.
Smart front of the misses.
I love it. I love it. The arrogance of this man is good. Let's see what you got. Let's go. Oh, he's broke the 900. He's broke the 900. 923. Oh. See, normally what happens next on this show is normally I challenge him. I don't know. I'm not quite sure if I want to do 923, but you know what? When you gotta go, you gotta go. Sean, it's your honeymoon. I don't really want to embarrass you.
I know.
We'll give it a go.
Haha. The better man win.
Sean, I'm sorry to do this to you, Sean.
That's all right, mate.
I mean, it is what it is, Sean. It is what it is.
That's it.
Talk to me about, when do you guys go back? To Scotland, by the way, it is. Can you tell by their accents? It is Scottish accents. When do you go back to Scotland, Sean?
We're moving on to Nashville next.
Oh, so that's a proper honeymoon. Proper. Have you got tickets for tomorrow?
See what happens later on.
You hear that, guys? See what happens. I mean, these guys are on a honeymoon. I'm sure we could do a little nudge, wink, wink. I know it's a Canelo fight card, but I'm sure we can do something to the guys. Look, enjoy your night.
Thanks for having us
Do you
on.
want a quick one before we leave?
That'd be great,
Should we have a quick one before we go? Let's have a quick one more before we go. We've got to try and settle the score here. Sean really wants to beat me, by the way.
Still short.
Sean, well done. Leona, well done. Congratulations on the honeymoon as well. Look, loads more action to come here, but we're going to go straight up to Akam Baraka. We're going to close the wonderful show.
That's right, guys. And listen, just a little reminder, we can't come to Vegas and just spend one day with you. We'll be back tomorrow. DBS will be back tomorrow, 12:15 p.m. local time. And then we're going to lead you into the prelim card. Starts at 1:30 p.m. all the way up to the main event. We're going to kick it off with, first off, for the first prelim cards, we got starting off with Fernando Angel Molina against Ricardo Valdinovis. Also, we have Erna Abdulmariv takes on the Sweet Dreams Manuel Correa. Alexis Espino faces Arion Silva. And the prelim concludes with Josecito Vasquez against Jose Soto. And the main card, 5 p.m. here in Vegas time with Big Bang Zhang. He takes on Scott Alexander. Marc Castro puts his undefeated record on the line against Pedro Vicente. Then the Wonder Boy, Shakhram Giyasov, he goes off against Christian Gomez. And then Montana Love, he faces Gabriel Golas in the chief support in the main event before the main event starts. And then obviously the pound-for-pound king, Canelo Alvarez, going for the title at 175 against Dmitry Bivol. Listen, folks, we had fun with you today. Great weigh-in, great atmosphere, a lot of heat.
And Ade finally beat somebody. Wow, he found somebody that he can beat, and he had to bring him all the way from Scotland just to beat him.
He can't beat any Americans, I guess. Listen, man, don't forget, we'll be back tomorrow. Peace and love. Stay safe. See you tomorrow.
Canelo, it's just too much of a risk. Dmitry Bivol's a beast.
Has a great chance. It's a fight that would